Hi, this is Ellie with Full Moonlight Tarot 20, and I feel guided to do a tarot reading today on a specific topic. I've been getting this download of a song. The song is called Give Up the Grudge by Gob or G-O-B, however you say that. And the lyrics I keep getting, because they play over and over and over again in my head, are give up the grudge, better shut your mouth. Why you gotta judge everybody but yourself? And when I asked for clarification on this, the Spirit showed me the Eight of Wands card from the Rider-Waite tarot deck. And of course, that card means very sudden communication. It can mean sudden movements, things coming in very suddenly and unexpectedly. So I feel like maybe for many in this collective, because I feel a very, very heavy energy, an energy of disappointment, an energy of betrayal. This feels very much like you finding out that the person, someone in your surroundings that you've been confiding in was not keeping your confidences, and they were plotting against you in some way. This is what I'm getting. It's a very heavy feeling, and it's that really awful realization when you've told someone very private things only for them to turn around and tell other people, and then finding out about that. So I feel like masks are coming off, and the energy is just so heavy. So I now have the Rider-Waite deck here because, of course, that's what they showed me to use. And I just want to pull some cards to get some clarity on the situation. Now, this is, of course, not going to be for everyone. This is a general reading. Take it as it resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you, then this is not your reading. Oh, knocked the camera. Sorry about that. So let's just see if we can get any clarification, anything, any guidance. I have a Six of Wands. That's the victory card. Two of Pentacles. Sorry if this takes a while. This is generally why I don't like shuffling on a reading, because it just makes the reading so long. Kind of like to usually pre-shuffle the cards before the reading. Ten of Pentacles. The Six of Cups. Oh, not a few cards wanted. Oh, yep, here it is. The Eight of Wands, just like I saw it, and the Empress. Okay. So I feel like you're in this state right now. You're in Empress energy. And I feel like you have everything that, like, well, your life is going the way you've wanted it to go for a long time. With the victory card here, then the Ten of Pentacles, you're building a successful life for yourself, right? And with the Six of Cups, I feel like you're also, you might have a soul connection around you, a soulmate connection. Now with the Two of Pentacles, that's very much a card of juggling things. So you might have a lot of things that are going on in your life at this time. Maybe there's just so much happening that sometimes you don't know if you're coming or going. And of course now with the Eight of Wands, there's incoming news. So let's say, this is you. Okay, now let's see about this other person. Let's get some cards on this other person. Of course, when you are successful, you are going to have people who are jealous, right? Even especially in your friend circle, because if people, oh yeah, here we go, Five of Pentacles. If someone is not doing as well as you're doing, they might be envious, they might be jealous, and unfortunately, some people can't deal with that, and they're gonna try to sabotage what you have. Or they're going to try to downplay your victories, right? So the Five of Pentacles is a card of someone feeling left out. They feel like they don't have they feel like they don't have much going for themselves. They feel like you're doing so much better than them. And maybe they kind of feel like how would I put that? See, in the card, they're outside in the snow and they're in front of a church, and all they'd have to do is go inside the church, but they're choosing not to. So this is very much someone who self-sabotages, possibly someone who just doesn't want to help themselves. Now, King of Wands energy. The King of Wands is this can be maybe someone in kind of a leadership position, or this is just someone that you've always felt that you could trust and rely on. This can be someone who is quite adventurous and looks like they're always going for after what they want. But I also find that the King of Wands energy is a bit wishy-washy. Okay, the King of Wands is someone who Eight of Swords. The King of Wands can be someone who doesn't make the smartest decisions. They kind of go after what makes them feel good in the moment, right? So this could be someone who makes hasty decisions for themselves. Maybe someone who does what makes them feel good in the moment without thinking about the repercussions. Now, the Eight of Swords is someone who with the blindfold on, they're not willing to see the truth of what's going on around them. They're not willing to look at what's going on in their own life, things that they need to change about themselves, things that they need to change with their environment. This is someone who is very closed off to basically taking a good hard look at what's going on in their own life, and they're too busy looking. They'd rather look at what's going on in your life and the people around them, their life, and finding fault there, instead of going within and looking at what they're doing, right? What they need to do to make their life better. Let me just get a few more cards for this person. I don't know if this is gonna. Now, what I also want to say with the King of Wands, this can also be someone in your workplace. Maybe this is a work friendship. So I'm just going to get a couple of more cards about this person, and then we're going to get some cards on advice. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Ace of Wands. Yep, see? Business. That's a business. Four of Cups. They're disappointed with the way they feel stagnant and disappointed about what's going on in their life. So I very much feel like this is someone you know through work, or someone that you know through it's like a business partnership. And with the Page of Wands, this can be someone who's a bit younger than you. This can also be a student. So maybe this can be through, you know them through school, or you know them through work. Doesn't have to be, but that's kind of what this has given me. Now let's get some advice, spirit advice for the viewer about the situation. Might actually pull a couple of oracle cards at the end too. The Death card. Death card is very much a card of death and rebirth. So this card on its own tells me to pull the plug on this whole situation. Learn what you can from it. Learn that you have to be very discerning with who you allow around you and who you confide in. Three of Cups. Find a different tribe. Honestly, this can also be a third. This card to me is also a third party situation. So this tells me be very discerning who you let close around you, and find those who you resonate with. And if you're going to confide in anyone, no, the Wish card, the Nine of Cups. If you're going to confide in anyone, make sure that they really are trustworthy and listen to your gut. And with the Nine of Cups here, again, I feel like let this person go. Let this go. There are other people who can match your vibration, match your frequency, someone who is actually going to be a friend who can keep your confidences, someone who's not going to be jealous at you. So I feel like this was a necessary lesson for you to learn. Sometimes we feel like we need to be validated by other people, when you should be providing that validation for yourself. You should have enough self-trust, self-awareness, self-confidence to not need outside validation, no matter to what part of your life this pertains. So with the Nine of Cups, as I said, that's a wish fulfillment card. So go after, ask Spirit to bring you genuine people who are your soul tribe, people who are going to be there for you, and Spirit will bring that to you. Okay? So, and at the bottom of the deck, oops, and this came out too. I just dropped the Wheel of Fortune on the floor, and the Three of Swords was at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like Spirit is trying to tell you that, yes, you have to kind of get through that betrayal at this time, but that was a necessary karmic lesson. The Wheel of Fortune very much talks about karmic lessons and the ups and downs in life, and that is something that you had to learn. And now that you've learned the lesson, now on to better times. Okay, so don't let this weigh you down too much. Learn from it, and things will straighten out. Ask Spirit for help if you're worried about people talking about you now because this person blabbed about you and the things that you've entrusted them with. Ask Spirit for help. And honestly, with that person, their mask will be removed, and the people who were involved in the situation are also going to see what this person is and who this person is, and that this person is not to be trusted. So this Spirit is going to work behind the scenes to help you with this, right? So don't you worry. And I just want to say too, that especially those who are empaths and have a mission in this lifetime to help other people, if there are people against those people, they get heavy, heavy karma. Spirit makes sure they get heavy, heavy karma for working against a light worker, because the light workers are heavily, heavily protected until they've completed their mission on Earth, right? So if you hear that this person had a sudden accident, and I'm not saying it's something terrible, but it could be, oh, they've fallen somewhere, or there's something that they've wanted for themselves and it didn't pan out, something that's like a crushing disappointment for them, Or like I said, they have sudden little accidents, and this is how spirit is given. They're getting their karma, and the biggest karma they're going to get is other people's eyes being opened to the snake they really are, right beneath that mask of that bright smile. So don't you worry, spirit has got this, and ask them for help in the meantime. Ask them to give you hope and strength and love. Cloak yourself energetically so no evil eye energy can reach you, and you should be okay. That's what I got for you today, guys. Love and light. You got this.